Hi there boys and girls, Brucey here. How are you all doing out there? I hope you are doing remarkably well. In this video, I'm just going to give you a little update on my Inner Circles album project. You may be wondering where it is. If you have been following the channel, you would have seen that I did a number of videos last year talking about the album, the recording process, the songwriting process, the ideas process, and then it kind of went quiet for a bit. And of course, that is all down to me and the problem I had with my arm. I sustained an injury to my arm, which meant that I was not able to play guitar for about 6 weeks, and as such the album project has fallen behind. And like all things in life, I had time scheduled to do the album, and because of the injury other things happen in that time, and now I am committed to other projects, so the process is slow. And here I am with the update. Basically, we are now going into mixing. I have done the majority of the guitars. There are a few small overdubs I need to do, which I'm hopefully going to do today or tomorrow, and then we will be mixing the album with aplomb. We'll be really going for it. During the time that I was off, I had a lot of time to think, and it was really interesting to see. And again, I'm giving you the truth about the project here. You know, it's my own project. I am, of course, enthusiastic about it. But at the same time, I was kind of struggling with a lot of things. I just didn't know where it was come from. Part of me thought, is it due to the fact my mood, the fact that I'm not playing, the fact that I'm a bit down about it? Or is it due to the fact that I'm, you know, too involved with these songs? Or maybe they're not what I expected them to be. It was really interesting to see how your enthusiasm wanes throughout a project. When I came back to working on it and mixing, starting to mix the tracks, you know, there's stuff that just wasn't right. And I guess what these 6 weeks off have enabled me to do is to really focus in on what I had done before, the recording I'd done before, and go, you know what, some of this isn't as good as I expected and as good as I wanted. So I have scrapped a lot of it. And of course, you may have seen videos on my channel where I talk about perfection, and maybe sometimes we need to put perfection to the side and just get things finished. I wholeheartedly stand by that concept. You know, we need to forget about perfection sometimes and just finish things. But when you have a little bit more time to reflect, as I have, it's easier to kind of zone in on things. You go, and you know what, I am going to go in and fix that. I am going to change some of those small things. What really happened with this album, particularly with 1 or 2 songs, was I was listening to them, I was listening to the way that I played them, I was listening to the way that I wrote them, and they just weren't working. There was something about them that wasn't working. One track in particular, I spent a whole bunch of time actually doing some preliminary mixing, trying to get things right, and it was just like, this is not, there's something not right here. I can't put my finger in it. It's not a musical thing, it was just the sounds aren't mixing together. I can't get the vibe that I wanted. I said to myself, you know what, I'm gonna put some of this stuff to the side. I'm gonna re-record some new parts, completely different parts. Not losing the vibe of the songs, you know, the drums and the bass were already there. I'm not changing anything of that. The fundamentals were there, but just the parts and the way that I was playing them on the guitar. And instantly, the song came to life. It was bizarre. It was like this cloth curtain moved aside and the track came to life, and I laid all the other parts out, and I was like, oh, I'm really happy with this now. So sometimes you could say small blessings that, you know, if I hadn't had this issue, I may have put the track out and it became something else. And that is one thing that fascinates me completely about the creative process. You know, you never know what you're going to get to. You never know what you're going to discover. You never know what you're going to stumble upon. Sometimes having a deadline will force you to do one thing. Sometimes not having a deadline will force you to do something else. But in your heart, you kind of know when things are right and when things are wrong. And for me, it's been a really good reflective process, and I've, you know, nailed down things now which I go, yeah, this is really working now. I'm actually happy with it. I've got my enthusiasm back for this project. Anyway, that's the short update. A couple more tracks to record in the next day or two, and then a couple of weeks of mixing and mastering, and it will be out there in the world. A little bit delayed. Life happens when you're making plans. That's the only adage from this. You know, you can't control everything in the world. Best laid plans and all that go to waste. I hope you found this interesting. I hope it helps you if you're stuck on a project. Of course, I will be doing more update videos on the mixing process and the mastering process, and then the general reflection about the whole project and how it went and what I would do differently next time. Anyway, I've been Brucey. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe to keep up with updates, and do hit the subscribe button if you like my content. And of course, take care of yourselves. I will catch you later, my friends.